I guess I should look up here. For today, I wanted to show you how to do something because I think tutorials are always really helpful. Unfortunately, I don't feel like I know how to do a lot of things that would teach people anything. Like, I know how to write really long blog posts, but I don't think you need me to show you how to do that. I also know how to answer Formspring questions in a way that make people really angry and make them say mean things to me. But I don't think anyone wants to know how to do that either. So I thought I would go through really fast, kind of like the internal stuff that goes on in my head when I want to take a picture. And I thought maybe that would help some of you who are trying to figure things out as well. So definitely the first step is choosing your setting. And we have lots of windows in our living room. Here, I'll show you. We have a lot of windows in our living room. I actually have the shades down on those, but nice big windows in here. And so I know that I want to take a picture in here because I like natural light. It's very nice. And so this, I opened up all the windows on one side, and I just didn't open those because I didn't think I needed them. So that's why those are still shut, but I could, I guess, and normally I do. So I have my subject here. He's stationary, which for a child his age is very important. Otherwise, I would not be able to show you this and show you a picture later. So, and I also have my camera, and I put him so that the light is going to be coming across his face so he's kind of placed at a 45-degree angle to the light, because if I want to get a picture of him straight on and the light is just hitting him flat on, it's kind of boring. This is something new that I'm working on, having a little bit more dimension with the light in my pictures. And so I have him here eating his lunch. Here's a hare that I rescued from him. And so now I've got my camera. I have it in manual. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to point it at him, and I'm going to look through the viewfinder at the meter, which you can also see on the top. And the meter is what's going to tell me if I have too much or too little light based on the settings I already have. I know that there are really fantastic photographers who can look at this and just tell you the settings based on what the light looks like. I do not have enough experience to do that, nor do I actually ever see myself getting there. I rely on my meter. It does a really good job, and I don't think there is anything wrong with doing that. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to look through my meter, and I can see that the little dash is almost all the way to the +2, which means if I take a picture, it's going to be really bright. Actually, I'll take a picture and I'll put it up on the blog later so you can see. So I took my picture, and it's pretty bright. It's actually not way too bright, but it's pretty bright. My settings are at 200 for the shutter speed, 3.5 for the aperture, and 640 for the ISO. Now that's a little higher than I think I need my ISO to be. On a really nice camera, you're not even going to really be able to see the grain that much, but on something like a Rebel or an entry-level Nikon, that's going to be really grainy. So you'd want to take that down. So I'm going to take it down to, I think down to 400. That's a good level. You won't even really be able to see any grain. Then I usually shoot at between, this is a 50mm 1.2 lens. I don't like to use it wide open because the focus isn't all the way wide open, because the focus isn't reliable, and I don't need things to be, I just don't need it to be that wide. I do use it sometimes, but for this I wouldn't. For my portraits like this, most of the time I'm set to 2.2. That just seems to be kind of like a sweet spot that I really like. And then at that point, I'm going to look through my meter again. And because I adjusted it so I was getting less light due to my ISO, but a lot more light because I opened up my aperture, now I get to take my shutter speed up. And because this is a baby, I don't want to shoot any slower than 200 because he's running around all over the place, moving his head really fast, as you can see. And so I'm going to look through here, and I'm going to put the there's a circle, and then there's a dot in the middle, and I'm going to put the dot right on his face, and that's going to read the light on his face. So I put that dot on his face, and I see that the meter is still telling me that it's really overexposed. So I move my shutter speed up until it's metering at the center or just barely brighter than that. Just barely overexposed. And then at that point, because I'm going to come forward a little bit, like I said, I don't really want to shoot so that I'm flat on with the light. I'm going to lean forward a little bit, and I'm going to, oh, sorry, and one other tip, notice that I'm down at his level. If I'm shooting like this, he looks like a little midget. He looks really small, and I know he's small, but I want to get down on my knees, so I'm right at his level. And hey, Pearson, look at me. There we go. I'm trying to get a picture of his eyes. There we go. Oh, that's cute. Then I'm going to look at the back of my camera because I'm shooting digital and I can, and I think why not. I think that it's slightly underexposed for the way I like to shoot, so I'm just going to move my shutter speed down. And then, hey Pearson, hi. Oh, that looks nice, honey. Thank you. That looks so pretty. You look good. I use, as you can see, I try not to constantly have him, you know, say smile, smile over and over, because I'm a little worried that he's going to hate that as he grows older. So I just try to talk to him and be encouraging. He likes having attention. And then a few other things, I'm shooting in RAW, and my focus mode, I believe is what this is called, is on spot focus. So it's just a dot, which means it's only metering where I point it. Whereas you can have different modes that will maybe like take in all of the light and figure it out accordingly, as you can see. I'm on auto white balance because I'm shooting RAW. I can always change it later, so I don't really need to worry about that. And I'm on one shot because I think the multi-burst is kind of confusing. And the last thing I do is I use this button back here for something called back button focus, which means I focus back here and then I take the picture here. And I think it's kind of hard to explain why I like this so much. It's something I'd encourage you to try. When I'm taking multiple pictures in a row, it just allows me to, if the subject isn't moving especially, or if I want to have control over the focus and move my body back and forth, it allows me to keep the same focus. But like I said, when I try to explain it to people, I don't seem to explain it very well. So I'm going to take one more picture, and then, or I'll probably take a few, but out of that I'm going to choose my favorite, and then I thought I would, you know, put up the unedited photo and the edited photo for you to see in a post tomorrow. So, Pearson, I want to get a nice picture of your blue eyes. Yeah? Oh, you want to look around me? Oh, you want to show me your food? Hey, look at me. Yeah, hey. Yeah. Oh, come on. No. Oh, I don't know if those were in focus. Come on, look up here. Look up here at Mommy. There we go. As you can see, when he started to look at me with a baby especially, I went crazy, trying to get the focus exactly on his eyes. And looks like there's a really cute one in there. So I hope that was a little bit helpful for those who are trying to figure out how to take pictures of their kids. One more tip, when I'm taking pictures of him and he's running around the house, for the most part I try to keep my back to the windows. So I will stand against the windows and then kind of photograph him as he's running around. And that's how I get most of my pictures of him. And I guess someday when he's older I can do another one of these and show you some more tricks. Okay, Pearson, oh sorry, we're on a bit of a diagonal now. Can you say bye-bye? Bye-bye. We're still working on bye-bye. Still no talking. Okay. Bye.